My name is Emily, and I am going to help teach you how to do pin curls for wigs or headpieces or just fun, I guess. So the first thing you do is you get a whole bunch of bobby pins. If you can bring your own, that's probably best. I know Civic does have some that you can use if you're in a pinch, but it's always good to have a lot on hand, especially if you got to do it for a whole run. So start with your hair down. I usually just kind of brush it out real quick, just to make it easier on myself. Take a section of hair that's probably too big. Sure. You wrap it around your finger and then kind of smash it on your head. Then you're gonna take 2 bobby pins and you're gonna pin them down to your scalp, but it's very important to do train tracks, not crosses. So see how they're crosses like that, or not crosses, but train tracks. That is makes them stronger, and it makes it so that you don't have any rogue pins poking through and tearing your cap or damaging the wig. It's just better overall. So what I normally do is I do a whole row down the middle, and then I do a whole row along the sides, and then especially one kind of below your ear on either side. That is usually where the wig pins will go and anchor. So you want to make sure you have really good pins along those spots. And if you're wearing a wig with like an updo or something where there's a little extra weight going on, having those pins right along the top here give another anchor point for your wig pins to go into. So I'll do a couple more here, and then you should be good to go. It takes practice, but once you get the hang of it, you can kind of tailor it to how your hair works or how much time you have. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but the flatter you can get your pin curls, the more natural your wig is going to look, and the easier it's going to go on your head. So there's another one. Let's do one over here. And if you want to get very, very fancy, make all your pin curls go the same direction so that when you take them out at the end of the show, you look very pretty. It never works for me though, so I just kind of look like a goblin after, but that's okay. And there you go. I'll finish up and show you what I did. Okay, I got pin curls done. I just kind of did the front section for this tutorial. So normally you would fill in all the gaps, and obviously it doesn't have to be pretty, they just have to be structurally sound. So whatever you can do to make them real, I mean, you can kind of wiggle them. If they feel tight, then they're gonna hold throughout the show, which is great, because the last thing you need is being in the middle of a dance number and your wig slipping off your head. So another thing you're gonna need is a wig cap, and a wig stylist will give you one that matches either your skin tone or your wig color. It'll complement that nicely. So the one I happen to have is just brown. So what you're gonna wanna do with these is just put it on your head. Really fancy and difficult, I know. But this is where it comes in handy to not have crisscross pins, because this is where you would rip your wig cap, and then it doesn't really help the integrity of the wig cap, which is or the point of the wig cap, which is to kind of keep everything even more tight and smooth and close to your head. So once you put that on, it goes all the way around. I take a couple of hairpins, which are the ones that look like this, but they are like the U shape, so they don't have like this little part at the end. They're a little wider, so they're meant to kind of go up and under. I don't have any right now, so I'm going to use these as I would those, just for the sake of the tutorial. So I would anchor it to my pins in 4 spots, 2 at the temples, and then 2 behind the ears. And so you would just kind of take a chunk of it, poke it through, and then stick it into that pin curl. And then do the same on the other side. Stick it into that pin curl. And it's kind of okay if you have a little tiny bit of your hair coming out. Do the same thing in the back. Stick it into that pin curl. And if you're wearing a mic, while you're wearing a pin curls, pin wig cap, all that, you can just pin the cord right to your wig cap, and that gives that a little extra support. So you don't have to worry about that sliding back or down or wherever it doesn't need to go. So once you've got all that done, you go see your wig designer, your wig helper for the day, and you have a great show.